you all may not know this, but a lot of people ask me on a regular basis, who am I going to vote for? Which party am I going to vote for this election? Actually, generally, people tell me who I better vote for or else. But, I usually pose a few questions to them. So I ask them when they say, well, who are you going to vote for? I said, well, it depends which one of them spoke up for the indigenous Americans at Standing Rock. Um, and the answer is none of them. Well, then I say, well, you told me I can't vote for a racist. Well, then I can't vote for a segregationist either, right? And maybe I will vote for the person who had a very strict anti-war stance, a stance that is not only anti-war, but is actually a stance of peace. Which one of those candidates and which one of those parties represent that? Out of curiosity, are any of the choices you're offering me declining money from the largest lobbying group in the country, AIPAC, in favor of speaking up for the Palestinians who are literally dying under the current circumstances of an apartheid government? Which one of those candidates are speaking up about the open market slavery that we're seeing in Libya as a result of one of the candidates' administration? Which one of those candidates in a time of a pandemic is pushing for the most popular policy choice in the country, which is Medicare for all? Which one of those candidates is supporting that? Which one of those candidates in a time of a pandemic is pushing for the solutions that have already been made available overseas, like one that Cuba invented, that has actually led to them defeating, essentially, the COVID-19 virus? Which one of those candidates is denying corporate money and corporate super PACs? Which one of those candidates are speaking up about election integrity and fighting tooth and nail every single day to make sure my vote counts, rather than making a partisan mockery of our vote simply to push their own personal party's agenda? Which one of those candidates is going to speak up for myself as a Black male, not only when it's convenient when they're running for office, but actually putting their money where their mouth is and putting pen to paper for policy that benefits everyone, rather than just the 1% in the elite? And the truth is, when I tell people that, they can't believe that those are the only options left. And you know how you make sure that these are not the only options left in 2 years and 4 years, et cetera? Then you organize now behind a party that is based its entire platform strictly on the issues rather than personality. See, the People's Party has been different in that regard, if you haven't noticed. There's no personality to get behind. There's no cult of a personality to get behind. The only cult that you can join is a cult of the issues. See, I know my history, and I understand that the best movements have always been focused but decentralized. And for those of you who may be in a position where you feel like you have to choose, because your choices are essentially, by the way, neo-fascism and civility fascism, right? The neo-fascism you can call out, but the civility fascism, well, we can't say anything about that because Trump might win. But once again, last time I checked, there was a Democratic president during Standing Rock, during Ferguson, during Baltimore, during Flint. And they're offering you the choice between civility fascism and neo-fascism. Well, I choose the people instead. Imagine Martin Luther King and Malcolm X approaching any of those great leaders from the civil rights movement and say, well, are you going to vote for the racists or the segregationists? Imagine asking them that and then shaming them for saying, I vote to fight both of them tooth and nail for the people. I vote for an anti-imperialist platform. I vote for a platform that treats healthcare as a right. I vote for a platform that takes climate change seriously. I vote for a platform that does preventative maintenance when it comes to healthcare rather than reacting to a pandemic after the fact. I vote for a platform that will ensure wages are fair, that labor is represented, that will not take corporate PAC money or super PAC money, because you can only have one master in politics. It's the people or the money. And the great leaders of our time, as history has told us, will choose the issues every single time rather than playing to the party, either of the parties of the duopolies. And guess what? That's how we got civil rights. If you all can't remember, Martin Luther King was going to go after anybody who sat foot in that Oval Office. And everybody, including a bleeding heart racist like Lyndon B. Johnson, was pushed by nothing more than people organizing behind the issues that matter most to them. And so I want to thank Nick Branya. I want to thank all the other members who organized this brilliant convention. And I want to thank everybody else who has taken a stand against, this isn't voting for the lesser of two evils. It's just basically choosing to vote for evil. And we have to say no more while we vote for evil. Instead, we will fight for the issues.